The situations where fake news creates problems happens day by day. Today I'll be talking about a situation that happened recently which provides a great example of the negative turmoil that can succumb through these fake news instances. So we all remember the one time we saw those media posts with the white boy smirking at the Native American with these eye-catching titles above it, and everyone was pointing fingers at him, calling racism. This whole situation created a lot more negatives than there were to be positives, and that is because the information that was being posted at this time was inaccurate. Unfortunately, this example demonstrates the likelihood of the issue that I am currently addressing. According to Kasia Odrozek, she evaluates in an article she wrote in 2018 stating, "The online advertising economy that underlies much of today's internet is terribly broken. The rise of misinformation discussed under today's catch-all banner of fake news needs to be understood." So the issue that's standing behind this is how journalists find these real-life examples, and what they do is they utilize it and they don't do any further research into seeing if the information they're finding is actually accurate. But what they're doing is they're utilizing it and they're using it in ways to create a stir in the public's opinion and create attention. And by doing so, this causes a lot of business for them. So according to Rail.com, this article was written in 2019, and the title says, "Correction, Native American March Video Story." So this was addressing the popular story that I was talking about earlier. And what they say is in this article, there's insight from Nathan Phillips, who was the white boy himself wearing the Make America Great Again hat, and the Native American himself named Sandman. And he was explaining how they were intending to bring peace, or the Native American who was singing to him and the white boy was smirking at him. And what he was doing, he was trying to dispute peace between the white boy, who's a part of this pro-life social group movement, and then this Black Hebrew Israelite movement came along as they were doing a campaign. And what this Israelite movement started to do was verbally attack this pro-life group that the boy was a part of. And the Native American was just simply trying to dispute peace between these two groups. The white boy was smirking at him, however, he was not mocking him in any way. The image that was captured, though, looked a lot worse than what was really happening. And no one knew through these topics that were being posted that there was even a Black Hebrew Israelite movement. So many of the people that fall victim to this kind of fake news is young adults, which is all over college campuses, including myself. This is because we spend so much time using technology, and that technology is intertwined with the media that is put at our feet day by day. So with this being said, I will soon be interviewing a friend of mine on a college campus, and what he did, he actually presented this news article that was initially first fake to me, and he was upset about it, saying like, "I can't believe this happened, I can't believe this guy did this." And what I will be doing is telling him what really happened, because I was doing further research with this and I found out that there's a lot more to the story than I thought so. Noah, do you know the truth behind the news story was just about the opposite of what really happened? The Native American was really just trying to dispute peace between the pro-life group and the boy was a part of, and he was being harassed by a Black Israelite movement.
No way. I did not know that.
Noah, can you show me where you found the source?
Yeah, I found it right here. You can look at it right there.
You see, the problem with these sources is that they're often unreliable, which is the root of the problem. And luckily I can teach you ways through all the research I've done recently. And I fell upon a professor at MSU, and she posted an article saying there's a bunch of different ways you can see it. See, in this source, it's written by a journalist who's extremely opinionative. But what you can do is you can look at the website address of the article. And if it's .edu or .gov, that means it's owned by an academic professor, or it's owned by the government, which means it's valid. Also, you want to see in the source if that has a lot of citations, because that improves its validity as well. And then also, you want to be able to search up the researcher and the author and see what they're studying and see if it's in relation to the source as well. Clearly, this journalist does not really know what they're talking about, which if you were able to do that further research, you would then know that the information is inaccurate. So, Noah, why do you think that maybe we should stop fake news and prevent it in our society?
I think that fake news should be stopped and prevented only because people are getting the wrong information, and when we get the wrong information, it just leads to different problems.
I agree. Clearly, we can understand that this fake news epidemic is extremely common amongst everyone in our society. And our society is not going to stop viewing fake news or using the technology that's intertwined with fake news that's thrown at our feet day by day. But luckily, there are ways we can prevent it from happening, and we should tell our friends and people we know ways in which to do so, like I did with my friend Noah. According to Dentith, one who has a PhD in philosophy and writes in one of his papers, that is, we expect reporting on controversial or continuous topics to be balanced because, in the end, it serves the public the good for all sides to be well informed. And everyone should overall be motivated to avoid the consequences that can happen from this dilemma in order to overall enhance our society as a well-being.